is off in style.
He had the strike on 99.
Surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back!
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Cricket Castaway. I'm Nishant. I'm joined by Divyansh, and we are finally covering the Boxing Day test. So, how are you, Divyansh? How's everything going on back there?
Yeah, I'm good, good. Weather is really pleasant here in Pune, and it's like it's not exactly winters, but it's very pleasant in the evenings and really, really good time. Uh, there is a Christmas vibe across the city, and a lot of things happening right now. And yes,
Yeah,
looking forward to Melbourne. The great MCG ground, like which has given us so much in terms of memories associated with Indian cricket, and the latest one, who can forget the 2022 the Virat Kohli knock against Pakistan. So yes, Melbourne has been a great place for India in terms of the memories and the wins that we have received here. Like before this, even in 2015, there was a World Cup match against South Africa, which we won. So really, really good memories coming from Melbourne. And even if we look at from the Border Gavaskar Trophy, we have Ajinkya Rahane, who is the only Test cricketer to score uh, a century twice on the same ground. So really good
yeah,
memories.
yeah. Yeah. Christmas is here today. It's Christmas Day when we're recording this, and everywhere you go outside in the malls, whatever. It's just so beautiful. It actually is.
Yes.
And yeah, in that same vibe, as you rightly said, at the G, it'll be a packed house. So it'll be 90,000 fans watching a test match. It is going to be amazing. And yeah, Melbourne has been good for India over the past few years. Uh, let's hope it continues. The series at this point is at such a crucial juncture, right? It can swing
Right.
either ways, uh, because like one of these tests was washed out, so that means we go like head to head level on points there, and any it can go in any direction. So yeah, very excited for it, and looking forward to what the pitch has to offer, because that's something that's been doing the rounds in the media for like a past few days now. It could be really pacey wicket, or they could just throw in a surprise and it could turn out to be a turner. What are your views on that?
Yeah, definitely it would not have the bounce as compared to the GABA. But yeah, things do change here very quickly, and India has a great threat in terms of Scotty Boland, who is the most experienced bowler on this particular ground, and he has an amazing record on this MCG. And I think last time was it in the Ashes that he wreaked havoc against England. I think he just took five or six wickets in just 10 odd runs. So really, really threatening ground from Scott's perspective. And like we also have one more bad news, that Travis Head has got the clean sheet in the fitness test, and he is going to play. And I was hoping if he can miss this test, it would be great for India's chances, because he is the only player who has played Indian attack very confidently throughout the series. Like there has
Hmm.
not been a day except the first innings in Perth. He has been really good against India.
Yeah. Yeah, let's move then straight into it, and what to expect from the home side here. Uh, it's a big test match, and specifically it's big for Australia. It's their home. Uh, most of the fans would be there, and Australia need to come out fighting and strong, and I think they would. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be a really tight and a really hard fought battle. Uh, so starting from the top, there is Usman Khwaja, but they're throwing in this young kid called Constas in there, who is the youngest opener in the history of Australian Test cricket. Uh, he looks pretty exciting. He scores a lot of runs. So what are you thinking about him? And was it the right decision to throw this young boy like right at the deep into the Sharks end in his first debut match?
Yeah, I think there are conflicting views in the team on that. I think Pat Cummins is still in support of McSweeney to give him a longer rope, but I think this is more of an idea from that has come from George Bailey, and
Yeah,
who was really adamant to throw something new at India, so that they can hope for a better opening
yeah,
partnership, since Usman Khwaja has not been able to do so much. They wanted a
yeah,
young, confident guy who has done uh, well against Indian bowlers, except Bumrah, since Bumrah hasn't played in any of
yeah,
the practice matches, and that's a really great thing from his fitness, as well as from a surprise element perspective also. But yeah, McSween, Constas has done well. Like, he has scored a century in the first practice match, and then in the Prime Minister's 11 match also he played a good knock. So I think, based on his current form against the Indian attack, they are taking a bet on Sam
yeah,
Constas. It's not on his experience, because he doesn't really have that much of an experience. But yeah, based on his current exploits, they just want to throw something new at the
yeah,
Indian attack, and Constas is also going to be pumped, like he said yesterday in his statement, also press statement, that he's quite excited to face Bumrah in the match, and he feels really confident of himself to be playing against the likes of Bumrah and the Indian team overall. So I think, yeah, it
yeah,
would be a good chance for the youngster, but not. I'm not hoping really great things from Constas as of now. Like, it would be his first. Like, there would be nerves. It would be his international debut, and that too in a test match, in a grueling series like Border Gavaskar Trophy. So let's see how good he comes up to be.
yeah. Uh, I mean, they are looking for someone like a David Warner, right, who can take the
Yes.
game away from the opposition right at the top. And the only problem like they are facing, that is their reasoning, is Khwaja and McSweeney are both playing at the same tempo. And they can let Khwaja play at his tempo, but then runs need to start coming from the other end, or they find themselves in a hole. And most often than not, again, what's the same thing that's happening to Indian middle order is that when they're coming in when the ball is still new, uh, which is
Yes.
uh, which is something of a problem. So they're looking to uh, throw Bumrah off of his line and length by some counter attack at the opening spot. And yeah, Constas can do that against Bumrah. It would be really tough. Uh, but yeah, he can take on the likes of Siraj and Akashdeep simply because they don't look like in the best of their forms right now. So I think, yeah, they can take a punt. It's a long series, so I
Yes.
really like that. But for me, the main focus for this game would be on Steve Smith and Marnus Labuschagne again, because Steve Smith has got 100, Labuschagne has got nothing in this series, and they are the backbone of this side in the batting order. So I mean, it's only when they will play and score a lot of runs, Australia does really well. Travis Head is not gonna do it in every other Test match. I mean, he has been in scintillating form, but it's a lot to ask for to do it like in a 5 Test match series, 6 out of 10 innings. You're doing that. It's not gonna happen. So I think yeah, it would be Marnus Labuschagne and Steve Smith who would be the players to watch out for this one for me. And again, the loss of Hazelwood for me is a big one. Though Scotty Boland is a really good bowler, but Hazelwood takes wickets, man. And Virat specifically is very hesitant against Hazelwood. So that is something that they're gonna miss. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And especially considering MCG, this ground is known for big first inning scores. And on an average, if we talk about the last 5 years, the first inning score has been upwards of 400. So the team who scores big in the first innings has just increases their chance of winning by many folds. So it would be
Yeah.
really important if India wins the toss. They have to bat first, and they have to the batters have to put their hands up and just grind
Yeah.
it out in the middle. At least
Yeah.
make the ball 30 overs old for the
Yeah.
number 3 and number 4 to just
Yeah.
ease into their
Yeah.
role and just take India
Yeah.
away from that sudden fall of wickets that we have been witnessing since the last 3 tests. That's the key for India. I think I feel if Rohit Sharma can make it in this test match, it would be really great for India, because he
Yeah.
is constantly saying in the press conferences that although it has not transpired on the field, but he is really feeling good in his mindset and in his body that things are going to go his way. That's his feeling. So I am hoping that this feeling comes good on the ground, uh, probably tomorrow. So let's hope this
Yeah.
goes India's way.
Yeah, I mean it. The forecast for the weather is like it's going to be really hot 5 days, and there's a heat wave going on. There's no chance of rain. So, I mean, the pitch is gonna get drier and drier as the sun keeps baking it. Uh, you don't want to be the team batting day 5 on this pitch. Uh, that means toss becomes really important, and whoever wins the toss will definitely choose to bat, and will have a chance to pose a big score. If you can negotiate that first session and a half, uh,
Yeah.
then you're right into this game. So I mean, whoever wins the toss actually has a big say in it. Moving on to India. First of all, as we talked about, we need to win the toss to increase our chances better. But I think opening wise, we are sorted in the sense both KL has looked like the best batter for India in this series. We know what Yashasvi can do, and on this big occasion with so many fans around, I think Yashasvi is gonna enjoy batting there and have a big impact in the say in the game. Shubman Gill for me needs to come good. Who do you think from those first three are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to KL Rahul the most, because he has been hands down the best batsman in this series
Yeah,
for India. Nobody would have thought before this series started that KL Rahul would be the flag bearer of Indian batting order in this
yeah,
series, but it has come out to be in that way. And I'm hoping like a really good big 100 from KL Rahul, because
hmm,
he has earned it. He has put in the hard work. He has taken on the criticism for so long. So I think the biggest criticism for KL Rahul has been that it's has been his consistency. So if he can prove that he can be consistent in his performances, and he can put his foot down and score a big 100 here, I think that would really go a great way for India. And
yeah,
Yashasvi just need to be patient in the beginning. Just
yeah,
throw your hands around a little later. Just get through the first 10
yeah,
overs. I think Yashasvi would be good. Like, there are no demons in his technique or anything
yeah,
like that. He just needs to have a little bit of a patience.
yeah,
And like Shubman Gill, I think the things are not going really well for Shubman Gill, and this series can prove decisive for his career as well. I think because if India lose this Test series and Shubman Gill does not perform, then there are some tough decisions coming his way. Post they get to India, because there are guys like Sarfaraz and even Shreyas Iyer who are doing reasonably well in the domestic circuit. So you cannot take your place for granted. You might be the prince, but a prince has to prove that he has the mettle to be the king. So you can't take things for granted, and things are looking very bleak for him.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
the top three,
I think-
I am most confident about KL Rahul.
Yeah, I think for me there are bigger fishes to fry right now for the selectors. I think Shubman Gill will still have a longer rope because you have to look at the performances of Rohit and Virat right at the top. The entire 2024 has been really disappointing for both of them. So, I mean, if we are to come back from this series with, let's say, a 3-1 to Australia or something like that, it's going to be really tough, specifically for Rohit. It's going to be really tough. So I think Shubman Gill still has a longer rope. He needs to though come good in this match, man, because without him, we won't be able to, I think, win this match. And yeah, Yashasvi, I think he will either play 40 and 50 balls and get out, or he'll score a 150. That's what it's about. Like he would stay there for 50 balls and he would look good, and he'll just get out to a rash shot, or if he passes that phase, he goes on to make a big one every time. So I think, yeah, with Yashasvi would be fine. Virat loves this ground. And if India bat first and we get a good start, we can hope for a big Virat Kohli 100 again, because that's what happened in the first test, second innings as well, right? When Yashasvi and KL gave them the start and Virat got in at that point of time when he could dominate the proceedings. We saw a very good Virat out there. What do you think is up from him?
Yeah, definitely. It has been a lucky ground for Virat, and so many good knocks he has played here. So I think he would be coming with that mindset. It's just he has to be really cautious of not going too far off the off stump in the beginning of his innings, because Scott Boland also bowls that nagging line and length just around the off stump, and he can be as lethal as Josh Hazelwood, although he does not move the ball so much as Hazelwood does. But still, he can be pretty nagging on that off stump line, and he's kind of a workhorse, and he can keep bowling on that same line and length ball by ball. So he just have to keep his cool in the beginning of the innings, and I think things will be pretty sorted out once he sees away that face, Virat Kohli. So I think a good Virat Kohli knock is around the corner. I also feel that, and I'm much more I'm more skeptical about Rishabh Pant, because he has not been the guy that we used to see in earlier Border Gavaskar trophies in the past. Like he has not been in the same great touch that we used to see. What do you think about Rishabh Pant? How he's not coming good this time?
Yeah, I mean, I think we in this country have just had this unique ability to throw a lot of pressure on a guy when he's very young. And yeah, Rishabh Pant had some amazing innings in the 2021 BGT, and who will ever forget that? But yeah, since the time he's come back, we have just portrayed him like a savior, and that is something that's, I think, weighing heavy on his shoulders, because India are losing wickets. India are losing wickets very frequently. That was happening in the New Zealand series as well, where many a time he found himself as a lone warrior in that batting order. And a player who is as mentally strong, I think, as he is, he would take a lot of that responsibility on his shoulders. And what that means is when he is coming on to bat, he is not that free in his head as he always is. So he was always in the double minded. Should I go for this ball? Or the team needs me right now. They're not many batsmen after me. I have to take this game forward. Probably that's not making him free enough. I think a lot has been put on him. Simply when you have the likes of Virat Kohli, KL Rahul, Rohit Sharma in your team, they should be the ones that the people should talk about because they're the most senior, most players and had the best track record over the years. But yeah, Rishabh Pant, I think he's taking it a bit on himself. If he starts batting freely, I think he has all the talent in the world and he has showed it time and time again. But he has
Yeah,
to
I
bat a
think
lot more freely.
yeah, there is a Pujara factor here that's missing because earlier he used to have a reliable
Yeah,
partner in
yeah,
that in terms of Pujara, and he was really assured that
yeah,
Pujara is there at the other end and the wicket is
yeah,
not going to fall, so I can take my time and I have the freedom to take
yeah,
the attack to the Australians. And this time that assurity factor is missing
yeah,
since we are seeing fall of wickets like every 10 overs or so, or
yeah,
even in shorter periods than that. So he's kind of perplexed between playing the attacking game or staying at the
yeah,
wicket since the wickets are
yeah,
falling at the other end too. So I think that is
yeah.
creating problems for him.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing that's happening with Bumrah as well on the other end. But Bumrah is now at the stage of his career where he can take the leadership of this bowling lineup and he can deliver when it really matters. See, maybe Rishabh Pant, the next time we come back to Australia, is that player on Bumrah's level where he has the pressure and he can take it. But right now, it just looks like he's just too bogged down by it. He's thinking of doing everything on his own, and which is, I think, been his bane. So let's see how it goes. But yeah, we have to talk about Rohit because that's again a big issue. I mean, at this point of time, I feel he should just smash everything out of the ground because he's not trusting his defense. He's not staying there. He's not, spending any time on the crease. If he feels more comfortable just slogging it out, and maybe that gets him into rhythm because things are looking really. I mean, Ajinkya Rahane was put out of this team way before he performed like this, and this has now been going on for
Yeah.
an year and a half.
Yeah, definitely it poses a question since you are being the captain of the side, and if you can't lead the side by example, then things become difficult, and it also transpires into your captaincy also, like setting the fields and the bowling changes. It all trickle downs to your performances as well on the field as a captain also. So I think. It is going to impact him, but let's see, he has enough experience to come out of it, and I think he would have had discussions with Gautam Gambhir as well. So let's see how he performs. I think this ground is more to Rohit's liking, and I hope the Indian opening stand is good enough to bunt the ball and just uh, lose the shine of the ball at least for the first 20 overs, and post that if Rohit comes, I think he can come good this time. So yeah, hopefully uh, the new ground and new mindset uh, makes things
Yeah.
good for him. And talking about new things, we have got the unfortunate news that Mohammad Shami is ruled out of the this Border Gavaskar Test series.
Yeah.
He has
I
a bit
think
of
it
a
was.
swelling around his knee. So
Yeah, I think it was all but evident, right? Because it was so
right,
much hype was being built around Shami when we were about to go to Australia, and then he played that one Ranji game, and after that it's been just all quiet, and which always only signifies one thing: if the player is getting back and getting to full fitness, you see the images, the videos on social media circling around of the player running in, bowling fast. It was just all quiet. So I think, yeah, kind of knew that Shami is not going to be a part of this series, which puts another question now that Ashwin has also retired. Uh, do you think India stick with Nitish? Do you think they go with two spinners, say Jaddu and Washi, for this one? Or yeah, it's Nitish and Jaddu.
I think this pitch has supported spinners in the past,
Yeah,
but that decision has to be taken tomorrow, looking at the condition of the pitch. Uh, Overall, Nitish has been good with the bat, but if they do not require another pacer in the squad, then I think Jaddu and Washington Sundar
yeah.
would be a good combination. And we are hearing the news of a young gun. Tanush Kotian is also
Tanush
being
Kotian. Yeah,
set to fly from Mumbai to Melbourne, and I think he will be reaching Australia just today itself on a Christmas Eve.
yeah.
So if they want to pull a Sam Constas like
Yeah,
Australia
that's
is
what I'm
doing,
thinking. Exactly.
that can be a surprise as well, because
Yeah,
Gambhir loves his all-round options, and Tanush
yeah,
Kotian has shown a very promising performance in the Ranji Trophy, and he is averaging 40 plus with the bat, and
yeah,
also have taken 20 plus wickets. Handy off spinner, so let's see if they want to bring
yeah,
in that surprise instead of Washington Sundar. But I think it depends on the kind of bowler you want to choose. Like Washi
yeah,
is equally capable with the bat, but what kind of spin will suit the pitch, that will
yeah.
that will decide who gets to play in the playing 11. And Jaddu is fixed, so I think it's just
Yeah.
between uh, Washi, Tanush, and Nitish Reddy.
Yeah, because I feel like Nitish has justified his position with the bat. And with the ball,
Yes,
whenever he has been given an opportunity, he has taken an odd wicket here and there. It's just that he's
right.
not been given many overs to bowl. He'll bowl a 3 over or 4 overs over spell here and there in an entire day sometimes. So he's
Right.
not being utilized as a bowler. I'm pretty sure if it was Washi at the other end, he would have been bowling like at least 15 overs a day along with Jaddu. So that gives your other three bowlers also a lot of rest. But when you're not using Nitish, then it's better to play someone else at that spot. Is what I think. I feel it would be very very soon for Tanush. I don't think he makes part of this 11. Probably they'll see him in the nets for a game or so, and maybe put him in the next one. So that can be a case, but yeah, I'm really thinking they are going to do something with this Nitish and Washi situation. I think Washi comes in along with Jaddu for this one simply
Yes.
because the pitch will be drier and drier on day 4 and 5. That would and there is no chance of rain. So I think Washi for me comes straight into this, and that would be your best starting 11 for me. Uh, the only question is, I think both Siraj and Akashdeep play this one, but probably I'll
Yes.
open with Akashdeep instead of Siraj. Is what my
Definitely.
personal opinion is, and yeah, Bumrah plays. So, do you think Harshit Rana comes in here in place of anyone, or
No, I don't think so. I think this is a better bowling combination with Bumrah and Akashdeep opening, and
yeah,
Akashdeep can mint the whatever new ball can do on that wicket, and then Siraj comes in as a change bowler, and even like Washi and Jaddu can bowl pretty long spells in tandem.
yeah,
Like they can give even a hours and 1.5 hour of break to the pacers. So I think that should be the strategy, and both have been good with the bat. I think Washington and Jaddu should be in the playing 11 along with Akashdeep, Bumrah, and
yeah.
Siraj.
Yeah, I think what again bringing back to Shami. I mean, Shami was just so good when the ball started getting old. With an old ball, he was a nightmare to face, and he would take wicket after wicket. And that is what we are missing, because Akashdeep right now at his stage of career doesn't know how to operate an old ball at international level. Siraj hasn't learned that either. So I mean, it's a lot on Bumrah's shoulder, and he's doing it spectacularly well. I mean, if by the time this series ends, he would have had a legendary series if he continues at the level that he is operating at right now. So yeah,
Definitely.
that's about. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we are missing a good enough bowler along with Bumrah here, because
Yeah,
looks like Bumrah is doing the heavy lifting alone, and
yeah,
Siraj and Akashdeep are just reaping the benefits of all the hard work that Bumrah does, and they get the odd wickets here and there. But someone like in Australia's lineup, if there is a Pat Cummins, there
yeah,
is a Mitch Stark. So
yeah,
that's where we are missing Mohammad Shami really, really
yeah.
bad.
I think they should have given, a punt to Mayank Yadav as well for one game. I think they could have. I mean, bring something different. I mean, give Siraj a rest for one game, play him in the next one, and just throw something different at them, because at this point of time, the change bowlers are actually letting India down, and uh, when the batters are not there to bail the bowling lineup out, it becomes very tricky. So yeah, that's about it. Divyansh, any final thoughts? Who do you see having an upper hand in this really, really exciting game coming up?
Yeah, I see Australia having an upper hand since they have been dominating since the last two tests. Weather
Yeah,
saved us in the last test match, but there are
yeah,
no weather hindrances predicted this time.
yeah,
So it would be really tough. Although we have 1 point going good for us is the last two times when Australia lost a test in Melbourne, it was India that handed them the loss. So that's the positive we can take into the match. But yeah, it's Australia for me having the upper hand.
yeah. I mean, I completely agree with you. I think Australia is gonna come good in this one. I predicted Steve Smith to have a big test match last time around, and he had 100. I mean, it looks like the same is gonna happen with Marnus. He's gonna finally come into form. Hope I'm wrong. Australia look very strong. Nathan Lyon hasn't really come into the series this time around, and we are already so far ahead into the series. So this would be the pitch that would really support him and will bring the best out of him. So that's a player we need to watch out for this one. I think. Yeah, it's gonna be a tricky test match for India and their batters, specifically openers and 2, 3, 4, all of them. At least two of them out of those four need to have a big 100 in the first innings itself for us to have a fighting chance in this one. But yeah, really excited to get up early in the morning tomorrow and enjoy the Boxing Day test match. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
about it, guys. Keep liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Keep watching the videos. Keep commenting about whatever you feel we should do more often if you're liking the content, whatever. So yeah, this is the Cricket Castaway. I'm Nishant and Divyansh, do you want to say anything?
yeah. Just keep tuning in and keep subscribing, and do switch on your TVs on time tomorrow morning to see
Yeah,
uh, the extravaganza that an MCG test brings with it, and have a great
yeah,
day. Thank you.
yeah. Bye bye.